Good morning. Good morning. It's already the afternoon. Well, just stop by to see what's going on. Good morning. It's already the afternoon. Good morning, everybody. I just stopped by to see what's going on. Oof, I had such a headache this morning. That's what happens when you get old. Your wife's not home, you eat too much pizza the night before. Okay, let's let people know we're around. And let's check into YouTube. Okay. Almost 12 o'clock afternoon. Is that correct? Hold on a second. Good morning. Good morning. Is that correct? I'm trying to see if this is right. This isn't right. All right. Spy above. This is good. Okay. Good morning. How's everybody doing today? Let me just let Dex Room know I'm live. Okay, give me 1 second. How's everybody doing? How's my volume here? Am I okay? Can anybody hear me? All right, let's see the contracts that we're looking at right now. Contracts to watch. Give me 1 second. Gotta take 300 open. 1 second. Oh. Okay. That's better. All right. Contracts to watch. Tesla. That's tomorrow's contracts. Tesla will be 265. Call 260, 250. Pretty much at the money. At the money. And the put is 260. 260. And let's see, what else do we got? Let's take a look at NVIDIA real quick. Let's see where that one's at. I don't know if anybody's watching. NVIDIA. Let's see real quick. NVIDIA. Come on. There we go. NVIDIA 435. So NVIDIA. VDA is call 435 and put 430. Let's get SPX. SPX. All right, SPX. Let's go down here. That's NVIDIA again. Then SPX. And that would be on the 22nd. Is 4375. Let's call 4375. Put 4370. Let's get the SPY, SPY. Now the SPY, and I want to look at one more. AMD. AMD. 111, 112. Okay. What did I say? SPY. SPY call would be, okay, 436, and put would be 435. And then we said AMD would be one call on 112 and put on 111. Okay. Okay, here's the contracts we're watching right now. Anybody have any questions? Why I picked those contracts? All right, any questions at all? Good, let's have a nice day. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, let's see, any questions? Any questions? Such a headache, it won't go away. Okay. This one's slow. This monitor's slow. Okay. This one here, make sure that my, aha, it's wrong. All right, this should clear it up. Put it on high definition. So for those of you that have monitors with high def, you can put it on right now. You should be able to see it fine. Now Tesla, let's see, let's edit this up. Make it 25, 263.25. That takes care of that one. And 263, edit. 25 is 262. So it'll be very tight. Let's bring it down a little bit. Edit it down to 261.75. That'll make $1.50 on the channel. Let's bring it back and open it up. Okay. So you can see all morning it's been moving up from here to here, pull back. So, but Tesla's been hot lately. You have to look at this thing and say, wow, you know. All right, 263.25. SPY's got a little bit of a pullback. Let's take this thing up a little bit. We got 435. 435.50 is fine. And this here, 35.50, 434.50. Should be just above the, oh, it's the other way. 433. I want to bring it to, let's see, 75. I want to put it right above the VWAP. It's right below the VWAP. It's got to be slightly higher. 85. Perfect. Okay. We figure this way, if it comes to the VWAP, it'll bounce and possibly go back up again. And I lost you. Okay. Sorry about that. No control of my. Let's put it 720 for right now. Let me just check the 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I'm just checking the delay. So we got 40. All right, 10 seconds, close enough. It's good. It's good. I don't know why I lost it. Go back to high definition. Make sure this is closed. All right, you should be able to hear me fine now. Let's just make sure. Where is my Test, test. Okay, that's good. We're good. All right. A little slow right now. Let me just check. Just check one thing real quick. Cryoderm. All right. I'm gonna check Finviz. As you can see right now, the market's down 60, but yet NASDAQ, at the same time, NASDAQ and the S&Ps are up, where the Dow is down. It's unusual to see that, but it does happen. Also, you can look at our top gainers today. You have Root, BCIG, Meds, looking good, Pixie, and Agile. Okay, I didn't put any in my, at this point, I didn't put anything in. Oof. Okay. And let me just put this in here real quick. Copy. Okay. 4. 7:20. Jay's here. Good morning, Jay. My back's hurting me. Got a headache today. I don't know what's going on. Wish this headache would go away. I should have taken the ibuprofen sooner. All right. I haven't done any trades this morning. It was a little quiet this morning. What was going on? I didn't know what was going on with Powell this morning. Okay. Let's push this up a little bit. We're sitting around 80 right now. There you go. Okay, so AMD's coming down. It's almost at the low. Might see another low of the day. Our low is 111.21. Right now we're at 26. Now the SPY has a high today of 436.02 and a low of 433.60. So we're close to, we're in the middle there. SPX should be up a little bit, $7. If it's up 7 and it's only up 3 cents, that's 7-1. Wow. Nvidia is up. Tesla's down. BCIG is still going. SRGA. Oh shoot, dropped it. That's the wife. The wife's in New York. I slept with the cat last night. Okay. I did. All right. Okay. How did my SPY move over like that? Okay, I'm looking for the bounce at the VWAP on the actual SPY, and let's see on Tesla. You can see this morning how it did that fake out down and then went up, followed the actual upper VWAP plot. Came back to the 13, but all day it's been following the VWAP plot. Finally came down and touched the VWAP. Why isn't that white? It should be very white. Let me see something. Could be the wrong white. What happened to it? There it is. A little wider. It's on the wrong length. Pause to the right. 50. 10 up, 10 down. 15 to the right. Okay. I don't know what's it, so I don't want to show the orders. Price axis, this is good. Label left axis. See what happens. Now it pushes it up. So it's the other way. Let's do this one 20, and this one 10. There you go. That's better. Okay. Very slow. Let's see, we're on 1 minute right now. On 1 minute on both. And if you watch the volume is pretty low. I want to take a look real quick at the, why is it still in this? Okay. If we look at the volume today, we know that the average volume for the SPY has been dropping as the weeks have been going. We were at 90,000 about a month ago. 90 million, I mean, a day. We're down to 80 million. So if you take 80 million, if you take exactly what it is, 80,525,000, let's say 912, and you divide that by 6.5, that gives you 12.3, say 12.4, 12,400, 12,400,000 per hour. So right now it's 12, so that's 930, 1030, 1130, 12 times 2.5. So times 2.5 gives us, we should be at 30 million and we're at 27. So we're just slightly below the average trading for the day at this point. Now I guarantee if we look at Tesla, it'll be more, all right? So if you look at Tesla, it's 135 million is the average. That means that you're looking for about 135,000 per candlestick on Tesla. So if you take the average, which is 135 million, and let's just round it off and say 800,000. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and you divide that by 6.5 equals, divided by 1 equals times 2.5. So we should be at 52 million and we're at 92 million. So we're almost twice the average. And you can see how busy and how much volume Tesla's had compared to, let's say, the SPY, which has been below. So if anything, you would think that Tesla would be leading the SPY, but actually at this point, it's really not. It has been going up all morning. But if you look at the SPY, it went up, but it came back down. And then you see right here where it formed those lower lows. Again, it did come back up. So we have slightly higher lows, but nothing really to write home about because we were above in a different channel. Between here and here was another channel, and if you bring it across, we're actually below that channel at the moment. We're actually still in that channel, but on the lower end of it. These are some of the things I look at when I look at how much volume. So if there's lower volume, you don't think of a stock going to be moving up, you think of it to be moving down. And at the same time, when you look at FinViz right now, you can see that your S&Ps are actually up just slightly, okay? But the Dow itself on the overall is down. But you still got a lot of green in here. You got Tesla, Amazon, you got Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia, Google. So your major players, your largest of your largest in the S&Ps are up, okay? And a lot in the others, and whether it be in healthcare, consumer defense, so we're still looking, it's not bad. It's not bad. I think the markets are a lot higher than I would expect them to be for what's going on. You know, we keep talking about we're not in a recession. I agree we're not, and that has to do with the amount of jobs and all that's going on. But on the other hand, there's still very, very high inflation. And just look at the cost of borrowing money, which is not a good thing right now. I think what is the average? About 8%. So that's pretty bad. Now, if you get 8%, if you get 7% in the bank's interest, believe it or not, in 7 years you'll double your money. So if you took you took 7% on your money every 7 years, cumulatively it would double. Did you know that? And I learned that when I was a young kid, and that's what got me interested in finance when I realized what money could do to money. But I don't know. Ever since I started trading, it's been different. Okay, this is a different animal. We say we don't want to gamble, but sometimes we just find ourselves with our emotions getting caught in the way, and we do find ourselves gambling. And most of the times when we gamble, I don't know about you, but I lose. Okay, but when I take it and I look at it strategically, and I try to take my technical and fundamental information that I have to work with, I have a better shot of making things work for me and making my money grow, not watching my money go, if you know what I'm trying to say. And a lot of people here who are in here are trying to catch, because options is a quick way to be able to grow your money. Because the fact that you have not only 100-to-1 leverage, okay, where on stocks, if you have a margin account, you have 4-to-1 leverage, but also the fact that you're able to trade stocks that ordinarily you would never be able to trade, okay? Right now, you can see things are dropping. And like I said to you before, it's a little slow. AMD just dropped to a new low, which I just told you was going to happen. I think, let's see if I can bring this up here for a second. If I bring AMD here, I'm going to have to correct it a little bit first. It's on my upper monitor, which is giving me a headache. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, that's better. Whew. So we're going to drop this down to, and we're still dropping, 111. And see if we can hold this mark here. And then we're going to bring this down here on AMD to 112. That'll give us $1, but it looks like we're starting to drop even further. Okay, we have a new low at 110.90. Let's just take it to the 110.90. See what we can do here. And you can see we're very bearish at the time because we're under the 13 and we're under here. So the bears are definitely in charge here. So when we look at the SPY, we're still above the VWAP. Like I told you before, it looks like what we've been doing in this last channel is we keep bouncing off the VWAP. So if we can hold the VWAP, right now we beat about 434, let's say 435. Let me just see where we're at here. 434. Let's make it 435. Okay, and then we're going to see where this is at 435.50. That's only a 50-cent in the channel. 8. Let's bring this to 60 because we were just below it before. All right, what did I do? Didn't move. Edit. 60. Okay, right there. So we're in a good channel right there. We really have to wait and see what's going on. It looks like we're trying to get up. If I have to, I'm going to put our trend lines in here and see where that puts us. For those of you that are watching. Yeah, right there. Let's bring it to right there. That's on my left. And we're going to bring it from, let's see how far on the bottom we are on the day. Let's try this, see if it'll work. I'm going to open this up to about a 4-minute. That should give us our whole day. And here's our low of day. Now we said the low of the day was 435.64. Let me refresh this. 433.60. So what is that right there? 430, bingo. And right there. Okay. And we're going to, oh shoot, I lost it. 433.60. Cancel the left extension. And this one here would be from right over here, actually. Because we really can't make it up to the top of that tip. So I'm going to leave it at this one, right there. Okay, and now we can see the angle of where the squeeze is, but we also have an upper and a lower shadow. So we have a bigger upper shadow, which means it might be coming back down. And if that is off 435, let's see, back here, it's 45, still on 55, right there, cross is 50. I'm going to bring it back down to the 50 mark. Edit. Okay, just tweaking it down just slightly to see where it brings us to. There you go. You can see right there was resistance there. And there was resistance here and support here. Old resistance, new support. All right. Oh, all right, give me one more second. I gotta put the temp down a little bit. I'm here. Okay. Oh, I put the temp down 1 degree and grabbed 2 chocolate chip cookies. And there you go. You can see, like I told you before, we're dropping. We're going to see if we're going to bounce off here. And that puts us at about 182, 185. $34, $85. And we're going to drop this down right here. Activate that. Bring it right there. I'm going to bring it right in front of, not to the candle, but I want to bring it in front of the VWAP, like that. I expect to bounce right above, and maybe it'll come back up again. Any thoughts? And I'm watching, we're on a 1 minute, and I'm watching right now the volume. You see right now, we got 100,000 on one. Oh, that's a 4 minute. That's no good. So you can see, I knew there was something wrong. You can see on the 1 minute right now, if your volume's only 20,000, look at here. That's 97. That was above. That was above. That was below. That was below average. Here, 2 below average, 2 above average. Come on. Here we go. Put that back. $95. Waiting to see if we're gonna get that squeeze. Let's see, one more shot. See if I can bring it right to that point. All right, like that. Okay, what's gonna happen here? What does our contracts look like now? Real quick. There we go. Starting to push back up. So there's your bow and arrow, what I call it. Pull back and push forward. You can see. So it pulled back. So it tells me that the bulls are still slightly in control. Where with AMD, we're still watching AMD, yeah. AMD was still a little weak. Edit this down. 112. Let's go to 111.75. Let's tweak it down just a little bit. Bring it a little closer, and then I'm going to bring it back to Tesla. Tesla was our big mover today. Still above 61.40. Let's make this. Still got 261.75. And then here, let's bring this down to 50. 260, 250. This is wrong. It should be 250. 250. There you go. That's real tight in a channel. Okay, there you go. 35, 260, 250, and 261, 35. It's $1.15 in this channel. It looks like so much smaller. There we go. Let's leave it right about there. And now this is finally starting to push. Let's put it right up to there. I need a new mouse. I can't feel this one anymore. Okay, looks like we're trying to push back up. Let's see if we can get above the resistance, which we have now at 435.50 is resistance. 35.50. Let's just make it 435. Gives us 50 cents in the channel. And then we can move this up because we are starting to squeeze up. Okay, where is it? There it is. Let's bring it to about there. Okay. Make sure it didn't move on the bottom. And come on, it did move slightly. There you go, bingo. Okay. How you all feeling today? Is anybody trading anything at this time? Is anybody in? Any puts or calls? I did see that earlier with DM. I did see that. Right there. It's like a Batman, what do you call it? I also read it in the other room earlier. I just didn't repost it. So the question is, did you see it or did you read it? Aha, you didn't think I was watching that other room, did you? I saw them post it. Wasn't in wasn't Deck's room, it was I think it was AK's room. I saw somebody posted that earlier. About 15 minutes ago. Now you won't answer me. I got you. Okay. Let's see. Who posted it? Did you catch? Oh, it was you that posted it. Okay. At 12:06. So why'd you wait 21 minutes to post it here? Huh? What am I, chicken feed? I'm just playing with you, Jay. But see, I did see it. And you were the one that posted it over there. All right, so I take it back. You are watching. I think. No, he's not watching. I'm talking to myself because he already left. See? Already. He must have left totally. He's not in any room. Wow. Wow. Jay Trades left the room. He was here and then he wasn't. Probably went for lunch. Let's see if he's in Dex row. Let's see, it's 28. That's me. Jay Trades. Not here either. No, he left. He posted a few times and he's gone. He is gone. Okay. Ah, he posted and ran. I'm gonna call him on his shit. You know what? How we do that? Watch this. Yeah, he's gone. Let's see. Give me a second. J Trades. Here we go. I started to talk to you in the room. I'm having a conversation. Then when you didn't answer me, I checked 3 rooms and you were gone. And now everybody in this room knows it because I'm talking to you on my phone, but you're not in chat. Laughing out loud. Chat. There you go. We called him on the spot, right? I have his phone number. When you're a moderator, when you're a top moderator, you got everybody's phone number. So don't get on my list. I'm watching you. I check rooms to see where you are. I do that sometimes. I go and check to see who's in the rooms. Sometimes I even call attendance. Okay, here we are right now. We're in the middle of the channel. You see it? So we're in here at 435 and 435.50. So we're right there about center. Now your question is, should I go long? Should I go short? Really, it's a 50-50, maybe 55-45. So if you're going to go long, have yourself a very tight stop loss. If you're going to go short, then do the same thing, because you don't know which way this is going to end up right now. Now, we do show it down descending, but from the bottom up, we show an ascending, okay? So if we're in the middle of an ascending, descending, right in the middle, we want to see now if we're going to end up here, here, or here. You hear me say that a lot, and there's a reason, because I'm the guy who looks for the squeeze, all right? And I've been able in the past to call squeezes when you don't think they're going to happen. And that's a very, very cool thing. I'm coming back, Pop. Went to get the kids something to eat. Sorry about that. Hold on a second. No problem. Just want to let you know I'm always checking on you. You're the man. I love you, my brother. Jay Trades, if you don't know him, he's a guy worth getting to know. I actually have spoken to him many times on the phone. We have a lot of things in common, including the kind of foods we eat. He's just a great guy. Really is a solid, all-around kind of guy, and he's smart. Okay, and he's a good. He puts it out there. He really does. So you can trust what he does because he's what's the word? He's consistent. And that's what you look for in a good trader is consistency. Okay, I'm a good teacher, but I'm not always consistent in my trading. I can have weeks where I'm consistent 100% win, and then I get cocky and I let my emotions in and I lose my ass. And you got to be careful of that. You know what? We got to go back to those things that we talk about. You know, especially when we talk about, if you go up to my alerts on top of the chat room, you'll see some of the things I say, like 7 most important things, the elements in trading, okay? There's a reason why they're in order, and there's a reason why I've stated the things that I've put in there, okay? This is just what I put together from being a trader over many, many years, but a day trader over 5 years, okay? Some of the things that I found was important. And one was, of course, I'm always specifying support and resistance. And here we go. It's going long. All right. So if you decided to do a call at this point, you would be in good shape. Right now, if you were in a call, let's say, let me see something. All products. We got SPX. You should be in a 43.70 contract still. It's about $5 and change. $5.50. It's a very, very, what I like about the SPY, it can move, and it's only got a very, very small spread, 10 to 20 cents. So one of the things I was talking about was the fact of support and resistance, which we know to be very important, and then timing. Also trend or direction. That's why we do trend lines, because that when you do your trend lines, it makes it easier for you to sometimes call a direction. But then there's sometimes what you get what's called a fake out breakout. So when you get a fake out breakout, you may think it's going to go one way. So the idea is to try to think outside the box. Try to think like a billionaire. Okay? He loves me, he told me. So if you think like a billionaire, think about what they're trying to accomplish, not what you're trying to accomplish. We're all trying to accomplish the same thing. We want to win and we want to make money. But how do we do it? Because we're like a little minnow in a shark's tank. And you ever see those fish that eat the parasites off the sharks? When they go 60 miles an hour or 40 miles an hour in one direction and they stop short, all those little fish fall off. And then when the shark comes back, you're that little minnow holding the bag, losing money. So you got to be able to think what they're going to do. It's like that's why I don't play breakouts. You know what? When I see something go to 260, let's see, we're at 260, 207, 260. Here we are, 260. 190, that's on the other stock, that's on Tesla. But when I see something at, let's say, 260, 190, 95, I don't say, oh, I think it's going to go, so I'm going to play the breakout. As it is, it just went. But it came up, it came down, it went to 04, 05, came back to 95, went back up to 08, 09, came back down. Then I know it's going to go, okay? But if I see it come up and goes to 03, 04, then comes back down and it goes down to like 77, 85, 82, 89, and it goes up and hits back again at 262, 03, 4, 5, 6. If it doesn't show me some strength on some little higher numbers, I know it's going to pull back. As it is, Tesla just ran all the ways up to the resistance, which we have at 260, 250, and it just ran. Let me put my time in sales in there so you can see it. All right, so if you look at the time in sales, all right, let me open this up a little bit. And we bring this up a little. There it is, 40, 34, 32, 35, 40. You see it? 40. What I was talking to you was low. Watch, let's see if I can get that far down. See, 260, 241. Let's see if I go back down. There it is, 03. It went down, it went 03. It even went down to 261 something. I don't know if it's further back. I was watching it while I was telling you. It has to be up here somewhere. 260, 208, 06, 02, 01, you see? 262, 01. And it came back down to 261.95. There's 262. That was a big sell-off. And it went back below. There's a 1. There's 262.01. And then boom. It did go back. It was a little further back. And then it just went boom, and it took off. And now it went back up to resistance. Okay? And then when it gets to there's a lot of resistance. You're going to see a pullback. Now, right now, you can see, you're right, we were watching it. It was halfway. I go, which triangle? We ended up in here. So that's what I was talking about. So when you're watching that, now look what's happening here. We're going up. We're starting to push. So if we start pushing, what I can do here now is, let's see, I can take this here. I can activate it. I can bring this down to this point right there. All right? And we're from the low point of the day. And then I'll go to here. And I'll put my trend, and I'll put a step in here, okay? And that's the active step. Now, I can either bring it to the edge of the candlestick, or I can leave it right in front of the 13. I think I'm going to leave it right at the 13 for right now. And then I take away cancel my left. And then on this one, we don't need the right. It'll just get too confusing. We can always cancel the right. And now you can see the active step up. And when you see this from the bottom up, you know that we're pushing up, okay? So if I was to put, right now we're above the VWAP, and I was to say to you, what would be my target, okay? How do I figure out my target? All right, let me pull this down a little bit. Hold on one second. Let's pull that, and I like to always keep it around center. So if I say, what's my target? I go here, I put this in here. I'm saying right around here is 436.07, all right? I'm probably gonna say, let's put it just below at 436.05. All right. I like to shoot usually right above, but for right now, this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to make this my upper target. And when I do this, how many times this thing hits. Now, is it a guarantee? Absolutely not. Just because I say this is the target doesn't mean it's an absolute guarantee that it's going to hit. I've just been very lucky in the past being able to see it, and it happens. And it may not even happen the first shot. It may get close, and then it might come back down on the right. Let's do that. So here we have an upper target. Here's my resistance. This is a trend line. All right. Now, you can see at this point, since we've pushed up, and our resistance now has also pushed up, all right, 435, what did we get to here? 435, 65. Let's say that we have resistance now at 65, all right? So we just put a 6 in front of there and make it 435, 65, and that's going to bring this up slightly. And I'm going to say, let's say about here is 10, 15, 25. So I'm going to say that we probably have support now at about 435.25. So though we only went up 15 cents on the top, I'm bringing it 25 cents up on the bottom. Okay? Are you all with me? Do you understand the actual, what I call the active step? And you only get the active step with the active trader, because I'm the one who came up with this. You know what? It's just like deck. You can go all over the internet and say, where can I find anything about that 875 rule? You won't, because Deck is the one who came up with it. He saw in time how many times the 875 rule, he watched it when the stock got to that certain point, what it did from there. And he came up and made a video about it. And you won't find it on the internet. That is something that Deck made up. Well, the active steps is something you will not find anywhere else, because from my couple of years, 5 years of day trading and options trading, I didn't do this when I did day trading. I wish I had. I wish I had used this when I was day trading more, but I didn't start doing this and come up with this until about 6-8 months ago when I was doing options. And I have not really gone back and done much, or if any, stock trading. I've done mostly and stuck with options. I want to master options is what I want to do. And one day I'll go further, because I'd like to be able to, I smell like the heat, you know, like that smell heat gives off. It smells like something's on fire. When you live in a condo, you always got to be weary of shit happening. All right, let's bring this down a little bit. And remember, if this comes down any further than I want it to, I can always open up this and extend it to the right. You see it? So if this line comes down to here, I'll remove this line here. But for right now, we don't need this, so I'm going to cancel the right. Now, also, when we get a pullback like this, you can also do another active step. So what you do is you want to trend line, and I'm going to bring this right here to right up there. Perfect. Right there. Okay, and I'm going to go back to the trend. I'm going to start my trend right below and this way down. So what I'm doing is I'm looking for that squeeze up or down. And then I can remove that cancel left. And here, for right now, I can cancel the right. Ask me which one. It's a trend line, so not the resistance. So bingo. So now you see from here, this is coming down. Now, I can also stretch this out to a slightly higher point. Let's see what it is. Actually, that's high enough. That is a high point. I don't think there's a higher point. Let's see where I'm at. There to there. That's still good enough. I could bring it a little further. Let's see how it looks. Right to there. That was a high point there too. Okay. So now you see I have a slight descent here. Let me bring that in a little bit. This mouse has got, it should be on one click. I think it's on two. One. That's good. So you see here we have a slight descending down. Not a lot. And then we have another descending. And that's the active step pushing down. But you see what's happening here? It's getting to a point, a trend line acts like a resistance and a support. So it stays within those trend lines and it'll go up, down until it pushes like it's doing now. So when we see that, what we can do is we activate this, pull this down first, and then you'll see we're pushing up. And that gives us an idea of direction, what the stock's trying to do. It's squeezing, but it's going to go up and down. We want to see a little more squeeze in here. So there's room between the 13 and the upper resistance and the trend line. then we know it's pushing upwards. If it goes below and it's squeezing from here to here, then we know it's squeezing down. You got it? Though we're still bullish because we're still above here. But that doesn't mean the bulls aren't controlling and manipulating the stock itself by, remember, the bow and arrow. If you're looking at your target and you pull back and you let go and that arrow falls in front of the target, then the next time you're going to pull back even further. And that's exactly what's happening here. Here's your pullback, all right? So like right now, I activate this. You'll see I pull back just a little bit, all right? I pull back. Now let's see what happens. It's either going to pull back even further to the support, and we want to see if it's going to hold my support area. And if it holds and stays above, then my support area might be raised. It could be 30, could be 35. There's your upper doji. There's your shadow. See the lower shadow? Means the reversal, but there's a fake out. See it? Slight fake out for a second. Now, you got to remember, when you see this here and then you see a green, that is also could be the shorts closing out position. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're pushing it up at that point. It means you want to wait at that point to a second green, like here. When this came down, there's your shorts, there's your second push, and there's the squeeze up. All right? Always wait until the second green is slightly above the right to go for it. Does that make sense? And if you don't understand, make sure you ask. I remember a few days ago you said you took a loss of 4K, so I assume you're back to day trading. No, I'm not back to day trading. Have you taken any trades as of recently? Yeah, I've taken a few since then, and I won a few. But they weren't big. I'm not back. I didn't win back to 4,000 yet, okay? I just been taking it easy because I was helping my wife. I wasn't feeling good. And if you don't feel right, things are not 100%, take a step back. I find that sometimes if I lose and I take a step back, when I go back into trading heavy or harder, I win, okay? But I took a step back because of Powell speaking this week, and I didn't want to be guessing and gambling. So, yes, I did take that loss. In fact, I took two losses. I took a $4,000 loss and a $700 loss, okay? And then I went back about $300-400. So I still lost that money. I haven't gained it. But it doesn't matter. I was up from before anyway. So it was money I won that I lost. But regardless, once it's in your bank, it's still a loss, okay? And I'm not ashamed to say I lost money. I'd be more ashamed to say I won, and never told you when I lost. And there's plenty of people in here that do that, okay? I'm not one of them. Either is Deck. He's not one of them, all right? When Deck loses, he's very, very, what's that word? What's that? Starts with a C, where you're, I can't think of the word. Oh, my gosh. Transparent. I'm sorry, it starts with a T. When you're transparent. I'm very transparent about my wins and my losses. And I would expect you all to do the same. If you have a loss, you can show me your loss, and I can show you why you lost. If I could go back and pull up my losses from last week, I can show you exactly why I lost, okay? And I lost more than I should have because I did something I tell you guys not to do. And I told you, when you start to get emotions in here, you're going to lose more. Let me go on the other computer for a second because what I'm looking for is in here. It's in this one too, but I just don't know where it is as much. All right, and this is what I was doing. All right, and I teach you all the time that hope is not a strategy. Okay, hope is not a strategy. You must always have a plan. So I had a plan, and my plan was not to lose more than 125. So if 5 times I lost 125, I would lose 650. Instead, I let it go, and then I doubled down. Dangerous move. 95% of the time, I win when I double down. All right, whether it's cost average up or cost average down. But that particular time, it got worse because I lost, and I still held on. And the truth is, if I held on another hour, I would have got all my losses back. But we don't do that here. We need to get out at a certain point. I got emotional, and I lost money because of it. And it was my own fault. Okay, I did exactly what I teach you not to do. I always teach you the right things. Doesn't mean I always do the right things. Deck's another one. Deck he teaches you the right things. How many times have we seen Deck say, well, today I'm only going to have a $600 maximum loss or 2,000 win and I quit for the day, and he doesn't do it, okay? And he lost his ass, and then he went and changed it up, and now he's up $13,000 over the last 4 or 5 days or whatever it is. Okay, so we have our ups and we have our downs, all of us. Okay, but that's it. Just got to be transparent. So right now we're waiting to see if we're here right now and we've got 6. Remember, we raised this up to 6, 435.25, and then here we're at. Why can't I see it? This is why you have to put the hand back. See, now you'll be able to see it. See, 435.65, and actually it's probably closer now to 55 because 2-3 times we just didn't get there. So what I'll do now is I'm going to lower this back down to 55. And it should line up a little better. Actually, it could be lower. It might be at 50. I'm going to leave it at the 50. So now, and look at the down arrow just popping up. I'm going to bring this right back down to 50, right there. That's 47. Let's bring it up to 50. And that's going to lower the other side. And look exactly what happened, right? See, now we're down to 435.15. So let's just bring this back down to where it was before. Let's go for 10 and see how it lines up because I got a feeling we're going to drop a little lower, possibly. No, we're good there. Right there, it's 15. 15. I'm going to leave it at the 20 and see if we can hold. I just don't like that upper shadow. Let's leave it to 15. I don't like the upper shadow. And there's your 15. See, so you can see what's happening here, and if, because of the active step, you understand now, you see this, and then you see what's happening here, and it's continuing. Lower, lower lows, lower lows, lower lows. After making higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, we hit a point, all right, where there was a lot. Remember the 435.65? I brought it back to 50. We were starting to bring slightly higher highs, but then we came back down again. And now we're building lower lows again. And we pulled it back. We're holding at 435.15. Let's see what happens. Also, check your volume. Right now, we're looking at a 1 minute. You look at the 1 minute up here. Where is it? 1 minute. And look at your volume. 29,000. So what's our volume here? Look at this one. 46. Remember, 81,000 per candlestick is average. 93. Slightly above, slightly below. Right here. Slightly below, way below, slightly below. That one was a nice one, 233, but coming down. So look at the two coming down. You got 40 and 30. You got about 275,000 shares there. Let's look again. You got here 150, 210. Look at that, about 250, 260. There's your 275 again, right there. 275, 250. Let's say 250, 250. Let's see it again. 46 and 90 is 130. That's 210, and again about the 250. So right now you can see what's happening here. Somebody's got between 200 and 250,000 shares that every couple of minutes they're bringing it up, they're bringing it down, they're bringing it up, they're bringing it down. So you can see somebody is in control of this right now, and it's low. So if you go in and you do something, let's extend this to the right. You see, we no longer need this step. What does that mean? We remove this step. That means that it's starting to push down. Can you see that? Can you see how helpful the active step becomes at this point? So you can be able to see that, not just in dollars and cents, because we're still at that same 40, 35, 15. But we went up to a certain point. We lowered the bar again, and we're bringing it back lower, which is going to bring us down to, we're still at 15. We're still at 15. But where is that going to come to? There's 12, back to 10. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Move this. Oh, shoot. Stop it. It's my phone. It's on a special machine. Get back in there. Good. Got it. Got it. All right. So you can see how effective those active steps. I know it's a little bit of work, okay? And right now, I left that up for target because, you know what? But later on, if it falls below, I can take this upper target and I can make it a lower target, and the lower target would be here. And easily enough, all I gotta do is adjust this thing here, activate it. I can bring it down to here and just change the name to lower target. For right now, excuse me, let's just leave it at the 436. I'm not saying we're gonna hit it, but if we ever come back up again, oh, excuse me. Let's go to about a 4 minute. Oh my God. How many people here that, whether you're new to the active trader or not, oh my God, I got the hiccups. How many people here find the active step? Oh, I just look. I'm about to ask you. How many people find the active steps good, that work for them? And what did you just say? Active steps are perfect for me. I have ADD and I always itch to do something. You know what? Well, that's very cool. I think every one of us has a little ADHD in us. Okay. Um, and I'll tell you something, and that only makes us very smart people, believe it or not. But the fact is, I think that if you stay busy and you continuously, just like always checking your contracts, if this changes to a certain degree, we need to pull up our contract and say, where are we at now for, let's take away AMD, let's put in SPX or the SPY. But right now, see, 65 and 70. It's exactly, we're still in the same place. So we haven't changed enough where the contracts changed. So the contracts are still the same. And for those of you that don't know, I did put them up above. And what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to copy those. And if any of them changed, I'll change them. All right, let's put this in here. Let's see, AMD it did change. It did become, now became 111. And the put became 110. 110. Then what do we have? The SPY. The SPY became, wow, that did change. The SPY became, nope, 436 and 435 is at the money. SPX is the same. Actually, we said, it did change a little. It's 65 on the put and it's 70 on the call. And Tesla, let's see, what do we got? NVIDIA. I didn't check NVIDIA real quick. NVIDIA, where is it? Here is, let's see if I can figure it out, 431. So if it's 431, that goes in fives. It's 430 and 435. That one does stay the same. And Tesla is 260 and 260, 250. So if Tesla is 260, 250, it's still the same. Okay, so I've made the corrections. There you go. They should be 262 and 260. There's your contracts. And why didn't this other thing? Oh, that's because I just pulled it up. Okay. And I just want to check one more thing. There you go. I think we're about 10 seconds. 8, 9, 40. All right. I'm just testing. When you see my finger go up, it's always on an even number. So it's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. What happened? Did I miss it? Uh-oh. There it's, that's not good. That's not good. Let me check this one more time. That isn't good. That means everything's changed. I might have to go and reboot up one time. Let me just see something real quick. Let's take this. All right, this, 42. Oh, he's already gone. Wow. What happened to Deck? He's gone? Deck's gone. It's just me and AK. Wow. Okay. Okay. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to check one more time for 5. Okay. That was at 35. 40. 45. That's 10 seconds. This is no good. 15 seconds. Okay, we're at 18 seconds. This is no good. All right, so I'm going to reboot. I'm going to reboot my just the system, not my whole computer. I'm going to reboot my my TradeCaster. So I'm going to lose you, and that means I'll be back in 3 to 4 minutes. Okay? So don't go away. I'll be right back. I was the mother of all shorts. I missed it. LC. Yeah, look at that. LC. What is LCFY? 783. Okay. All right. I'm going to reboot my. I'll be back in 3 to 4 minutes. You all with me? Okay. So just hang tight, and I'll be right back. Let me see what I got here. I'm just trying to think which one I should do. Let's try. If I end this stream and I end. Hold on.